Hey guys, how are you? How are you? How are you? This is Shalina Diva, the Purpose Driven Diva, and I'm so excited to go live tonight. I have my little sidekick here. This is my newborn JoJo. This is Jaden, aka JoJo. My family has given him so many nicknames. So if you hear any noises in the background, that's my baby. So you guys, I actually wanted to hop on here while he was like kind of sleeping and taking a nap, and I wanted to talk about maternity photos and newborn photos because I've shared my maternity photos and my newborn photos, and I have to be honest, and like all of my years of being on social media, they have gotten the most likes. I mean, sincerely, they have gotten the most likes. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to share some of the behind the scenes of maternity photos and for newborn photos because there are some things you all need to know. Like, if you're currently pregnant and you want to have, you want to take some maternity pics, or if you want to take some newborn pics, there are some things you need to know. And there were things that, like, I had to learn. So, if you guys can hear me, let me know. I had to switch my microphone because my sidekick is here and I wanted to be heard. So if you can hear me, please say hello. Y'all know I love it when y'all say hello and everything like that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you all some behind the scenes of maternity photos and of newborn photos. So I will start with the maternity photos. So I'm going to be totally honest. I was being a follower. I followed my niece. My niece got her maternity pictures taken, and I followed after her. And I was like, oh, I guess I should get some maternity pictures taken. You guys got to understand. I'm 42. I was 40. Wait, I'm 42. So this is my second child, so I've been there, done that with some things, but like I haven't had a child in the last decade. So my child, Casey, my oldest is 12 and a half, and I just had a newborn in mid-May. So here are some things you should know. I want to tell you all like when, because you all don't understand this photography business is booming. And if you want a good photographer, you must book in advance, okay? So I was telling some of the photographers that I worked with, like, y'all should get better with your content and educating people more. Hey, Robin, yes, this is JoJo, y'all. So check him out. He's like quiet right now. So if you know anyone who's pregnant, or if you're pregnant, please take out some notes, okay, and listen. So if you have some, if you're pregnant and you want to take pictures, maternity pictures, all right. Here are some things you should book in your second trimester, because first trimester we really don't tell people that we're pregnant or anything, right? You don't kind of really know, like I had complications. Your second trimester towards the end, like 7 month, definitely by your 8th month, you should book your maternity photos. These are the photos for you. So I didn't know that. I was following after my niece, and like I was being a little arrogant about it. I was like, well, it's just pictures. It's not that big of a deal. No, 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 no. The photography industry is booming, y'all. And people are taking, since COVID, people are taking all these pictures. So if you're pregnant by your 7th month, book your maternity shoot. And I just honestly, I followed after my niece. And like my niece, I used her fabric. I used everything she did. And I had the same background as her. I was the same photographer because I really didn't care. I just wanted to have pictures, right? I was totally being a follower, but they say if you're going to be a copycat, follow the right cat. So I followed the right cat. Here's what I would suggest to you. I paid less than $200 for my maternity photos. So expect to spend at least, a little under $200, right? Then if you're doing it to coincide with your baby shower, and you maybe have a baby shower theme, like maybe you have a jungle theme or something like that, then incorporate that into your maternity shoot. You can totally do that if you're doing winter wonderland, whatever. Like if you're doing a baby shower, incorporate some of those themes into your maternity shoot, but you need to articulate that to the photographer. Now, depending upon the photographer, some photographers may have a lot of props, some of them may not. Some of them may have maternity, some of them may have maternity dresses and stuff. Some of them may not. My photographer had like one little skimpy thing. You can see all your goods. I said, oh no. So I got the fabric from my niece and I used it, right? Here's the other thing that I want you guys to realize too. Kayla was like, cool beans, right? Here's the thing I want you to realize too. I want you to realize that You need to have this figured out. So if it's certain props, if you've seen certain people, if you want to look like Beyonce, you need to buy that stuff in advance, whether it's on Etsy or whatever, fabric store. You need to get that stuff in advance so that you can have it for your maternity shoot. Don't think that the people have it all. And if you do find a photographer who has all that stuff, you're going to be paying extra money for it, okay? Extra money for it. So what I want to do is I wanted to show you all my photos very quickly. And also I wanted to show you some of the behind the scenes and the magic. It's a lot of Photoshop that happens. Y'all have to know this. So when you see certain photos, it's a lot of Photoshop or it's a lot of like other things that you don't see. So I'm going to show you guys the photo that many of you liked of me, right? Many of you seen this photo, many of you like it, and I'm going to give you all the behind the scenes of it so that you understand. So remember, I got the I had the fabric from my niece, right? I got the fabric from her, and it was cool. So here's the photo. So many of you loved this photo of me, and I love it too. So I want you to look at this photo very quickly, right? So you see the photo, and so this is all me. And this is actually not a touched up photo. So this is all me. It's cropped, but it's not touched up. This is not even a photo that the photographer is going to get back to me. But I love this so much. It captures my happiness, all that stuff. But do you see how the fabric is moving and all of that? It was not a fan. He did not use a fan on me. I'm going to show you what happened. And this is something that happened to me. Remember, y'all, I was just kind of doing my own thing. You couldn't nobody tell me anything. So when you're going to your maternity shoot, I know like we're kind of like getting over COVID, but many of them will let you bring someone. Bring someone with you to help you with your maternity shoot. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give y'all the behind the scenes, so don't be hating. I'm gonna give y'all the behind the scenes, right? All right. So hold on. All right, so I'm going to give y'all the behind the scenes. So for this, I actually was working with the photographer's assistant, and I had to wait for her to get there for her to help me because there was a certain look, you guys, that I really wanted. And this was the look. But do you see this is the full picture, right? It's unedited, the full picture. But do you see the young lady to the right? That was the assistant. This is her over here to the right. And it took us so many shoots to get this right. But this is actually the very first one she did. But what she was doing was she was manipulating the fabric behind me. And when he said 1, 2, 3, I raised up on my I went into the releve position, and then she was at the top and she let it go, and it was just perfect. We were both in sync, and that is what created that beautiful picture. So if you crop her out, if you crop the picture out, what you're left with is that beautiful picture that so many of you're left with that beautiful picture that so many of you loved of me, right? You're left with that picture. So why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing it with you because unlike unlike many people, I went to the photo shoot by myself, right? So this is the end result. Y'all see, we cropped the young lady out, but she's the one who was manipulating the fabric. And when he said 1, 2, 3, I went up in releve. That's all that's on my toes, and I flex my hands and whatever. And she's at the back. She let the material go at the top. And that was the money shot. We only recreated this like one time. So I'm telling you this because you're going to want to bring someone else with you to your photo shoot. I didn't bring anyone. I had to literally wait. I had to literally wait for someone to come along. So thank you, Melva. That's Auntie Melva. I literally had to wait for someone to help me manipulate that. And if she wasn't there, but what had happened is I would have been in the fabric, and then he would have had me out of the fabric, like manipulating or whatever. And then we had to do Photoshop. So when it comes to your maternity shoot, your second trimester, by your 7th month, you should be booking your photos. I booked my photo 2 days before I went into labor. Don't be like me. Do not be like me. I had a feeling he was going to come. Don't be like me. And then if you wanted to correspond, okay. If you wanted to correspond to your baby shower, then do it that way, okay? But you need to have the fabric you want to use, or if they have material, you need to pick that stuff out. But just know if they had material, you're going to be paying more money. All right? Hey, Alyssa. Hey, you guys. So, like I said, I paid under $200 for my photos, okay? Do you guys want me to show you a little more behind the scenes of the photos? mine, because y'all have to understand, um uh y'all have to understand how, like, a lot of it, how, how a lot of it works. And I just want to show y'all like one more. I'm gonna show y'all one more picture just so y'all can see. And then when I get into the baby one, y'all really gonna be like, what? The baby stuff is like, okay, so that's like a behind the scenes shots of both of us getting ready for him to tell us 1, 2, 3, for me to go into releve, and for his assistant to start manipulating the fabric and then raise it up. Some of these are so funny. But this is like the behind, some of the behind the scenes stuff of it. Okay, so that's your maternity photos. So remember, coordinated with your baby shower, pick your stuff out. You want to look like Beyonce, you need to buy all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have a certain color, you need to do me. I just picked what my niece had and literally did that. Okay. All right. So Nikisha is saying congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Ashley says, oh, that's so precious. Yes, he is. He's a little whippersnapper. All right, so let's get into these newborn photos. Are y'all ready for the newborn photos? Okay. Newborn, if you're ready for the newborn photos and you're rocking with me, type NB in the comments. N as in new and B as in born. Y'all. Okay. I only lucked up because my niece, my great niece, she just had a baby. And after the baby was born, my sister was like looking to get these newborn photos taken. I wasn't even going to get the newborn. All right. So y'all want to know about these newborn photos? Yeah. So I wasn't even going to get the newborn photos taken, but I was like, all right, let me get the newborn photos. Y'all. So my sister lucked up and found a woman who had an opening. Her name is Rihanna Clark. She found an opening. She's based out in Jersey, so she found an opening, and the package my sister had was $650. Yes, baby photos are expensive. No, let me not say that, because to me, $650 is not a lot of money to me. But it can be. Like, my sister was doing everything. My sister does all the research, and I just follow her. So my sister found somebody who was like $1,000, 900, 800. But baby newborn photos, you guys, can be pricey. Okay, and let me tell you why. So my sister got lucky, and she found this woman named Rihanna Clark. And so she booked with Rihanna Clark. She got the 650 package or whatever. No, when a lot of these newborn places, they're not printing out the photos for you. Everything is digital. It's digital, right? So here's the rub about this. You see a lot of the photos of these babies and their bodies are all twisted and contorted, because people were asking me, like, Shalina, how was your son's? How did they bend his body like that? Is it uncomfortable? No, it's not uncomfortable. Melva said, you so fancy. Back in the day, we did JC Penney's. Yes, JC Penney's. If you go anywhere and they're like, oh, your newborn photos are 20 minutes, run. Afrocentric says, newborn baby, thank you. Okay, so let me show you my son's photo so that you all can get a sense of what it's like, right? So you know what I'm talking about. So we found, I was following after my sister once again, because I'm gonna be honest, I was just like, it's just pictures. No, you guys, this is serious business. And if you're a photographer, you need to start doing newborn photos. So this was a photo that a lot of people liked of JoJo, and Rihanna Clark, she did it. And see his little toes, and how his body has arms and his all of that. That's like, she manipulated all of that. And this is a composite. So what this means is this might be 5 to 10 pictures that she put together into one through Photoshop to make it perfect, because JoJo was never this perfect in his shoot. Like, never this perfect. Okay. So just know that when they're doing these photo shoots of the babies, when they're doing the photo shoots of the babies, they're using a lot of, they're using a lot of Photoshop. So let me go back, y'all. Let me go back and show you that picture. They're doing a lot of Photoshop, but it's not bad Photoshop. And another thing, when you go to a good photographer, good photographers do not use green screen, as I'm learning. All right, so y'all should be able to see his whole, okay, the whole entire picture. So the way his arm is and his little toes and stuff like that, She provided that outfit. So it was like a hat and like a little outfit, and like she has the background and all that stuff. We went to her studio, but like babies can bend. And this is what I really want to get into with y'all. And the reason why I want y'all to book y'all photos in advance. So I booked JoJo's photos in like April the 1st for June 5th because he was supposed to be here May 26th to schedule C-section. So you want to book your newborn photos within 14 days of the baby being born. The reason why you want 14 days is because in the first 14 days of your baby's life, they're able to bend their bodies into all of those weird and beautiful, funky shapes. Did y'all know that? You have a 14-day window where they can bend your baby in a safe manner. So your baby can bend and contort and all of these things in the first 14 days. That's why you got to book in advance. So I had booked like April 1st because I found out about Rihanna through my sister. And then JoJo came on the 13th. Like that next day, I was like, yo, Rihanna, my son is here sooner. Can you book? Can you slide us in? And the reason why is because there's a 14-day window. That is why you got to book your newborn photos in advance. And also it's for safety, y'all. Y'all don't want to just go to anybody Day, Ray, Raymond, Keisha, Quisha. I mean, y'all know I use those names to make fun of people. You don't want to go to Hillary, people who don't know what the heck they're doing because they can break your baby. Because it's safety. You have a 14-day window. Can y'all please type down 14 days? That's important. You have a 14-day if you want your baby to be doing all them poses and their legs and all that stuff. They're flexible. Newborns are flexible like that. And also, did y'all know 28 days is considered a newborn? After that, they're an infant. So those first 14 days, your baby's able to do everything. Also, too, while you may be paying a lot of money to these photographers is because a newborn session is like 3 hours. A newborn session can take up to 3 hours. Yep, 14 days. You got a 14-day window. 14 days. If you want to have, you want that stylized look, 14 days. And they can take their arms, their legs. It's so you want a photographer who studies their craft. Like my photographer, she's going to a workshop in like 2 weeks or whatever. You don't want anybody just working on your baby like that because they got to know safety. They should take classes about what's safe for a baby to do, what's not. Also, too, when you see babies in those pretty poses, a lot of times you'll have like a parent, they'll have a parent holding the head and they'll have somebody else holding another body part. So you want to bring someone with you to the photo shoot, right? Because what they're going to do is they're going to use Photoshop and like take out the person's hand and the person holding something else, and they're going to do a composite and they're going to get the perfect shot for you. So stop thinking that this is done in all in one shot. No, because it's about safety. So when you do your research, like you want to look at the pictures, you just want to make sure this person is safe because your baby, you don't want anybody breaking your baby, right? Also, too, a good photographer, like a lot of times they might be feeding your baby, coddling your baby. Sometimes I ask you to hold your baby, because sometimes your baby may need to smell you to calm down, but they want your baby to be asleep because they want to do a lot. That's why you see a lot of the babies sleeping because they need to be asleep. So if you go there and your baby's like up and all that, they will like they may feed your baby, rock your baby. They know what to do to get your baby to sleep. That's how you get those amazing photos because they're asleep. And you don't really want your baby awake because they have like this startle thing where they're like all startled or whatever. So that's like the truth behind a lot of these photos. For one, so my photographer, she starts at like 350 if I went to the studio, and she goes up to 650. That's pretty moderate, but it can get very pricey. So maybe if you want your child to have a crown or a really special headpiece, make sure you buy it and you take it with you. You know, and if certain colors you want, you can request it or you can get the fabric yourself. All I'm saying is, and I talked to the photographer, second trimester, you want to book because a good photographer is going to be booked up. So y'all don't wait till last. I just got lucky because I was following after my niece and then following after my sister. And I was able to squeeze in and I got some amazing shots. But I wanted to share that because when I shared them, some people were like, with my baby, like, How did they get him to pose like that? Well, the photographer knows what they're doing, right? And it's a lot of Photoshop. So they're taking the best of all bunch of pictures and putting it together into one. Okay, you guys. So hey, Shakima. Hey. Hey, Shakima. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Tiffany. Yes. So just know, newborns, if you want those amazing pictures, you have a 14-day window, and these photographers are booked up. Since COVID, they are extremely booked, right? So you want to book like 7 month, 8 month, and you want to book for the newborn. And then if your baby comes sooner, just call them up. You usually have to pay a deposit of like 100 or something to book your spot. And that's about it. But I wanted to share that because I took some amazing photos with some amazing people who love their craft. And so remember the maternity shoot? Oh, this is to maternity shoot. For a while, I did not have a belly. My belly didn't pop out till like later on. So the photographer told me, he was like, "Nah, you still could have come like your eighth month." He was like, "And I could have photoshopped your belly to make it bigger." And also, they can Photoshop your belly if you have a lot of stretch marks. You don't want the stretch marks to show. You don't want the black line to show. I love my belly. I said keep it as is. But that was good to know that they can Photoshop your belly to make it a little bit bigger, because some women don't carry as big as others. And when you do the maternity shoot, you want that nice belly. A good photographer can Photoshop you in a belly. So don't let that stop you from getting your photos taken. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you all because I was blessed to have some amazing photos and things that I learned. And also, I think if you have someone in your life who is pregnant, um newborn photos, that's a nice gift, because like I said, they're going to be pricey. And if you're doing a maternity shoot, make it match to your baby shower or your naming ceremony or whatever it is that you're doing. But you can only do this when you plan it. Me, I was just following after my sister and my niece, because it really, like, it was important to me, but I was doing it because they were doing it. And that's how we are with some things. And I'm glad that I followed. Like I said, if you're going to be a copycat, copy the right cat. And I copied the right cats. Yes, yes, yes. So K Renee say it's a 14-day window. Yes, y'all, it's a 14-day window for newborn photos. Now, I'm not saying 15, 16 days you can't get it in, but remember, these babies are so flexible and their bodies can do some amazing things. And you want to capture that. You want to be able to do that. They're still comfortable. And then when they get older, like the photographer said, they start to realize, hey, I have hands, I have feet. They kicking, moving. And so if you want that nice stylized look, that's what you have to do. I want to show you guys another picture, another newborn picture. My girl Kim, actually my line sister Kimberly, her baby has some amazing photos as well. And I wanted to show you some. Her name is Karen. I want to show you some of Karen's photos. Wait, I know I saw another photo. Okay, so this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Look at Karen's photo. And like, I wasn't at Kim's photo shoot, so I can't tell you what was or what wasn't Photoshop, but isn't she just the most adorable thing? Her name is Karen. But see what I mean? See how like her toes are to the side of her. See how her arms are propping her head up. Now, she like I'm based upon what I learned, I'm sure this is a composite, meaning this is the best of several pictures, because how she's holding her head up and everything like that. But it looks perfect. Like, you think that this is, like I said, I wasn't at Kim's photo shoot, but from what I've learned, um this is just an amazing, isn't this an amazing photo? This is such a beautiful, and she has this pretty like thing wreath on her head. It is just so beautiful. Isn't she just adorable? Isn't she just adorable? Yes, isn't she adorable? She's adorable, type adorable. But once again, y'all, this is basically letting y'all know that this is like kind of what's going on. So like I said, I wasn't at Kim's photo shoot. I can't tell you what was done or what wasn't done, but to get those type of photos the first 14 days, and I do remember that Karen was in that 14-day window, because Karen is like a week older than JoJo. So just wanted to share that with you all. If you know anybody who's pregnant, share this video with them so it can help them out. Because if you wait until the last minute, You might find somebody and look up, but you might not, and then you'll be mad because you won't have any newborn pictures and stuff like that. I didn't do newborn pictures with my first child. So I didn't really know about all that. I did do maternity photos, but whatever. All right, y'all. So this is Shalina Diva, the Purpose Driven Diva, and I don't know um how often my little sidekick will be here with me, but I tried to put him down earlier and he was just fussy, so I fed him and here we are. So he did good. He was quiet. So y'all. Thank you so much for the well wishes. Thank you so much for the prayers. Thank you all so much for the gifts. People like have sent us gifts and everything, cards. We appreciate it all. And I love you all so much. And I will see you all soon. Be blessed, okay? Bye bye.